Well, before, as I said, is affecting my sleep. So I wake up rough because I didn't have a good night's sleep. Wake up in the middle of the night a few times. Other complaining about the snoring, obviously, so the other person is not having a good night's sleep as well because of the noise disturbing. So all that affecting the daily life of my life because of the snoring. I tried spray, lozenges, nasal strips. They okay, but obviously for like 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then that's it. It's like not a whole night long-term effect. Yeah, just like temporary effect. Yeah, it's easy to use. It's like in term before they use just the charging and just set up the application for it, and the phone is easy to use, and as well the actual physical use of it as well. Just half an hour, pop it in, just watching TV, and that's it. So it's not really complicated to use. 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, I noticed really good result. Much better restful sleep and not waking up at night. So it was good result. In the day, obviously, I'm having a better night's sleep. So in the day, I'm more refreshed, have more energy. So that has made a lot of difference. So it's like then, obviously, there's no headache, less grumpy. So it was like a lot of benefit during the day. And obviously, there's no complaint about the snoring at night. Yeah, I use the app, yeah. It's helpful and informative. Like you can see the information there, setting up, change the setting, track the progress. So it's really useful. It's much improved compared to before. It's a different level of improvement. So I'm really happy with that. The result is the most important thing, because I notice it's like my life has changed, as I said from before, like really refreshed in the morning, less headache, less waking up at night. So this is the most important thing for me, is the result. So result is really promising. Yeah, and as well the use of the app and the device is not complicated, so it's not some kind of hassle to fit in your daily life. Yeah, simple thing to use. Yeah, it's like unboxing is easy. It's not complicated. It's just unboxing a phone. That's it. Yeah.
It was affecting my life, as in I knew that I was snoring, because sometimes I would wake up, it would wake me up out of snoring, but mainly it was my partner telling me that he was finding it hard to sleep at night time because of my snoring. So I was finding it quite depressing. You know, when you feel like you haven't had a good night's sleep because you're being told that you kept other people awake, you automatically feel, well, then I mustn't have had a good night's sleep either. So it was quite a depressing state that I was in. Yeah, I decided to seek help when I found that I was sleeping in my daughter's room, who's moved out now. So I was sleeping in a separate room to my partner, and you start feeling like you're kind of not in a relationship. It does harm the relationship when you can't sleep in the same bed as your partner. You feel like alienated because you're making this person not be able to sleep at nighttime, that it's your fault. And I just felt that, well, I'd have to do something. And the last time we went on holiday together, and obviously same room, and there is, unless you want to sleep on the balcony, I decided coming back from that holiday, that was it. I had to do something about it, especially when I woke up at night time and found my partner either sitting up and with earbuds in his ears and stuff. I decided, yeah, I need to do something. So I went to the doctor when I arrived back from holidays. I found the Snoozeal very easy to use. I have tried lots of other things that I've got from the dentist that you have to wear at night time throughout your sleep, which can cause you not to sleep because they're so uncomfortable. Whereas with the Snoozeal, I found that for those 20 minutes at night time that I was using it, I was, say, reading a book, especially while on holidays. I was reading a book, so instead of maybe being on your phone like you are before you go to sleep, I would, like I said, just read the book, and then my 20 minutes would be up, and the only way I'd know that is obviously it would stop moving my tongue a little bit, vibrating it, if you like. And I found it very easy, very comfortable, and you just felt assured sometimes that you were going to have a good night's sleep. And I found quite comfortable putting on the app at night time and couldn't actually wait until I got up in the morning to turn it off to see how I'd slept. I noticed within a couple of days, I wasn't too sure about myself, because I'd wake up in the morning and I would feel like I had had a good sleep, and looking at the app confirmed whether I did or not, and more often than not I did. And it was very seldom throughout the night that I would snore really badly, so it got, the more I was using it, the better it got. Yeah, I actually did feel, after getting a better night's sleep, I felt more refreshed in the morning. I suffer with really bad bags underneath my eyes. I did feel like that the puffiness there had gone down. Plus, it was a better relationship I had with my partner, because, you know, sleeping in the same room as him and then waking in the morning asking him, how did you sleep? And he would say, I slept great. I didn't hear you all night. So for me, it just makes you feel better and happier in yourself, because you know, and even by the app just confirming it, even though you know you've had a good night's sleep, the app actually confirms when you read it in the morning the results that you did have a good night's sleep, and you just feel like a different person, so much happier. I loved the app because when, like I say, when I'd wake in the morning, I obviously turned it off because obviously I was awake. I couldn't wait to just get the other bits of the morning out of the way first so I could sit down, and I personally would have felt that I had a great sleep, but it just confirmed it for me. And sometimes even if my partner said to me, yeah, you did snore a little bit, you're concerned, okay, how does he mean a little bit? And when you go through the app and you can hear it, you can see that it might have only been for like a couple of seconds, and that was it, and it was gone again. So it would just confirm to me, if I felt good, it was because I definitely 100% had a good night's sleep. I would continue using it 100%. It actually helps me at night time as well to even relax a little bit, whereas before I was on my phone going through Facebook and Instagram and all the rest. Now I'll just pick up a book and I'll get stuck in the book for 20 minutes every night, whereas before it was just solely on holidays I would read a book. Now I'm getting 20 minutes, maybe an hour to read a book at night time, so it's helping me to actually relax and sleep better as well, I think, because I'm not on social media. And because I've done the Snoozeal, 20 minutes, once I come off of that, I put it straight on to sleep. And so hence, yeah, I think it's something I'll definitely continue to use. Opening the device, taking it out of the box, because I'm not one of those great people that can put things together in no time. But it was simple, very, very easy. You just charge it up. The charge normally could last 2 to 3 days. You can basically use it anywhere, if you wanted to, once it has been charged. I haven't tried using it on the plane, as I'm going on holidays or anything, but normally, yeah, in the evenings, just fixing it onto my mouth properly, and then I'd work it from the app on my phone. I didn't have the remote for it, but I found it very easy to use, very easy. And I went from, I think, like 1 to 9 and 10. I used to even sometimes push it maybe to 11. I think it was 11. Just for a couple of seconds, it didn't hurt by no means, but like, could I concentrate on reading my book at 11 but at 11, no, not really. So I'd put it back down maybe to 10 or 9 again. But I used to always try and up it a little bit, just even if it was for a few seconds, and then drop it back down. But as far as the Snoozeal is concerned, it's very, very easy to use. I think my 2.5-year-old grandson could use it.
The complaints that I got from my wife, probably. There was a couple of times where I had disturbed her sleep, and she told me that I was a nightmare in terms of the sound and the amount of snoring I was doing, and so from that really drove the whole thing for me in terms of actually trying to deal with it. And on a couple of occasions where I've been in the company of friends at a concert or at a festival, they'd also said that they'd got no sleep because of my snoring. So yeah, it was a few things really that sort of led to it. Not that I'm aware of, no. There would be occasions where I'd wake up and I'd slept for 8 hours, 9 hours, and I didn't feel rested. So I don't know whether it impacted then, but yeah, not really. It affected, you know, my loved ones really. In terms of, it's one of those things that you're sort of intrigued because of the actual design, and then what it actually is there to do. So the device was, it looked a bit strange, and then, but then, you know, having got used to the device itself, it became, you know, part of it was very easy to use. But the device itself, when I first got it, it's obviously inquisitive. You're not sure quite what to expect. I always believed that it would work. Yeah, I didn't really think that it would work as well as it has done. But yeah, it was very noticeable towards the end of my trial that it had benefited my snoring totally. Yeah, I feel rested actually, better. I do get better sleep. So since using the Snoozeal product, I've also felt, you know, it's not often now that my wife is complaining about her sleep being interrupted by the level of my snoring. But you know, having said that, personally, yeah, I do feel more rested, and that has been an absolute benefit for me, 100%. I felt the app was, again, it was just very straightforward. And during the course of the trial that I did, the app also changed in terms of the look and feel. It was very straightforward in terms of, and intuitive in terms of the way that I felt personally it was set up. What I've noticed is that, you know, it's remained the same. So, you know, my experience 4 months later is still very positive in terms of what it has done. Yeah, 100%. So I referred my brother-in-law to Snoozeal, and purely because of my experience, and purely because I'm aware of his issues with snoring as well. Well, I mean, you know, personally, you know, I think it's a very straightforward way of dealing with an issue that a lot of people suffer with, but can also benefit, you know, their personal, you know, their lives with their partners, and you know, quality of sleep, such like that. I think that, you know, from a product perspective, it's a really smart product.
I wasn't aware myself. My husband noticed, you know, disturbing him. Was roughly maybe 3 years ago I started. Tried to lose a bit of weight, didn't work as much. No, I'm not smoking, and I tried the other things, you know, like some device from other eBays or whatever, buying, and didn't work. Then I went to the GP trying to get a bit more help with weight loss. Then find out about this trial, and like this, I find out that actually I have apnea problems. And I tried. It was a device to put in your nose, but it's kind of a U shape, and you use it in your nose over the night. But the way you sleep and all this, you lose it. Didn't notice anything. And there was something else, like a bracelet, like a watch, and when you snore or any noise will vibrate or something. Didn't work, I don't know. Didn't. The device itself gave me a bit more hope, not reassurance, because the app, and you can, plus the other appointment you had, visits for dental, for ENT, whatever, gave you a bit more reassurance. First day when I used it, was a bit strange in your mouth, and depends how you position the device, if you go too far, but then was okay, no problem. Whenever I find myself, you know, not busy, reading a book or something, or even watching TV, well, yeah, it's easy to use. 3 weeks, 2 weeks after, yeah. The difference wasn't only because I'm not aware when I'm snoring, apart from if my husband telling me, you know, or sometimes he wake me up on things like that, or recording me. But I noticed that I'm more relaxed and not as tired in the morning when I wake up as well, because those was some of the symptoms as well, having not sleeping enough, not having enough oxygen maybe. Well, I used to fall asleep watching TV, and I was always thinking it's maybe because of overwork, or you know, or getting bored watching TV or something. But then I noticed the difference, and you know, after using the device, I'm more alert and more, you know, within it. I think I get the right sleep, and you know, I'm not as tired. I can concentrate more in what I'm doing. I will say now maybe I'm still snoring, but maybe 4, 5, something like this. If before was 10, now is 4, 5, something like this. I feel, yeah. I'm not snoring every single night as well. Yes, I recommend even the trial for my friends. I don't know if they turn up or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I was snoring quite a lot apparently when I started Snoozeal. My girlfriend mentioned a few times it would wake her up, and then she'd sort of elbow me or kick me in the night. And then, to be honest, a few times for 3 weeks prior to starting it, I was actually waking myself up snoring, so I couldn't really deny there's a problem anymore. So that's what prompted me to start. Yeah, I tended to use it in the evenings, just when I was watching something on TV. First, sort of was quite aware of it, but then after maybe 5 or 6 days, you just sort of get used to it. Yeah, so you can easily just fit it in when you're doing whatever you're doing at home. So that wasn't an issue at all. Yeah, setting up was really easy. Just downloaded the app, charged the device, and it could use it within sort of an hour of getting it. It's all very intuitive in terms of how the app works. We set the power settings on it, how you put it in your mouth and everything like that, and the instructions to use it all very easy. I did stop waking myself up snoring quite quickly, actually. I mean, that stopped pretty soon after I started using it. But my girlfriend noticed a difference maybe 3 or 4 weeks in. It's quite a gradual change, and by the end of using it, it noticeably reduced, apparently, I'm told. But yeah, as I say, for me, I never noticed it again. So yeah, definitely, the quality of sleep was much better when I stopped getting elbowed. That helped massively. But also, yeah, in the nights that I was waking myself up sleeping, it did happen on numerous occasions. It wasn't every night, but when it was happening, it kept happening. So those nights, the day after, I felt pretty terrible. So yeah, anything to get rid of that was definitely a benefit. Yeah, and people tell me that they snore or they have issues with it, always mention it. I mean, it's quite a low, painless way of getting rid of quite a big problem for some people. So yeah, I definitely recommend it if people are having issues.